I didn't think words said in laughter could end a marriage. I believed jokes faded once the moment passed. I believed love was stronger than embarrassment. I was wrong. I mocked my husband for laughs and he walked out that night. He never came back and everything changed forever. Before I continue, please subscribe to this channel if you enjoy real-life relationship stories told honestly. Your support helps these stories reach people who may need them. My name is Sandra. I'm 41 years old, and until that night I had been married for 13 years. From the outside we looked solid. We had a home, routines, shared friends, and years of history. What people didn't see was how comfortable I had become with making my husband the joke. It started small, little comments here and there, jokes about how forgetful he was, how he dressed, how he wasn't romantic enough. People laughed and I laughed with them. I told myself it was harmless. I told myself he knew I loved him. But jokes of weight, and mine landed heavier than I realized. The night everything ended was supposed to be fun. We were at a casual gathering with friends. Food, drinks, laughter. The mood was light. Someone made a joke about marriage, and without thinking, I jumped in. "You know how husbands are," I said, laughing. "Mine would lose his head if it wasn't attached." People laughed. Then I added more, a comment about how predictable he was, how I had to handle everything. Each line got more laughs. I didn't notice my husband's face at first. When I finally looked at him, he wasn't smiling. He wasn't angry either. He looked empty. Someone tried to lighten the moment, but the energy had shifted. Still, I brushed it off. I told myself I'd gone a little far, but it was nothing serious. On the drive home, the silence was thick. I tried to joke again. "Hey, at least they laughed," I said. He didn't respond. When we got home, he took off his jacket slowly and said very calmly, "Do you know how you talk about me?" I rolled my eyes without meaning to. Come on, it was just jokes. He looked at me and said something that still echoes in my mind. "You don't joke about someone you respect." That caught me off guard. I started defending myself. I said everyone jokes. I said he was being sensitive. I said he knew I didn't mean it. He listened quietly, then said, "That's the problem. You never mean it, but you keep doing it." I felt irritated, embarrassed. I hated feeling called out. "Well, maybe if you didn't act that way, I wouldn't joke," I snapped. The moment the words left my mouth, I wanted to take them back. He stared at me for a long second, then walked to the bedroom, grabbed a bag, and started packing. "What are you doing?" I asked, suddenly scared. "I'm leaving," he said. I laughed nervously. "Don't be dramatic." He zipped the bag. "I'm done being the punchline," he said. I followed him to the door, still not fully understanding what was happening. "You'll cool off," I said. "We'll talk tomorrow." He turned, looked at me, and said quietly, "You've been laughing at me for years." Tonight I finally heard it clearly. Then he walked out. I expected him to come back. I really did. I waited that night. I checked my phone. I told myself he just needed space. Morning came, he didn't return. I called, no answer. I texted, no reply. Days passed. Friends started asking questions. I made excuses. I said we were just taking space. Inside, panic grew. When he finally responded, it was a short message. "I need time, please don't minimize this." Minimize. That word forced me to look at my behavior honestly for the first time. I replayed moments in my head, the jokes, the comments, the times he went quiet and I kept going, the times he looked hurt and I laughed it off. I realized something painful. I used humor to feel powerful. Making people laugh made me feel in control, and my husband, safe, loyal, patient, became the easiest target. He didn't leave because of one joke. He left because I turned him into a role instead of a partner. Weeks later, we met to talk. He looked different, calmer, stronger. "I loved you," he said, "but I stopped feeling safe with you." Safe. That word broke me. I apologized, truly apologized, not defensively, not with jokes. I told him I understood. I told him I was wrong. He listened. Then he said, "I believe you're sorry, but I don't trust that you'll change." That hurt more than anger would have. He told me that every joke chipped away at his confidence, that he started dreading social situations, that he felt small in his own marriage. "I didn't want to become someone who stayed where he wasn't respected," he said. He moved out permanently not long after. The silence in the house was unbearable at first. No background noise, no shared routines, just my thoughts. I lost more than my husband. I lost the illusion that love excuses careless behavior. Friends told me he overreacted, that it was just humor, that men should be tougher. But deep down, I knew the truth. Mockery doesn't feel like love, especially when it comes from the person who's supposed to protect you. I started therapy, not to win him back, but to understand myself. I learned that sarcasm can be a shield, that humor can hide resentment, that laughing at someone is easier than facing dissatisfaction directly. I also learned that respect isn't optional in love. You can survive arguments, you can survive mistakes, but you can't survive feeling humiliated by the person you trust most. He never came back. We eventually divorced quietly. No drama, no public fights, just an ending shaped by years of unspoken hurt. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I had stopped sooner, if I had listened when he went quiet, if I had taken responsibility instead of laughing it off. But regret doesn't change outcomes. Accountability changes people. Today I choose my words carefully. I understand that jokes reveal truth, and laughter doesn't erase pain. If you're watching this and you joke about your partner in public, ask yourself something honestly. Are you laughing together? Or are you laughing at them? Because one day the laughter might stop, and the silence that follows may never leave. I mocked my husband for laughs. He walked out, and I learned too late that respect is not something you rebuild once it's been publicly broken. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and remember, some lessons come softly and others walk out the door forever.